I want to know what sort of technology that you are most excited about for the future.
Does it have to be robotics?
It doesn't have to be robotics. It can be anything. Anything that that you've been perhaps looking at, or you're excited if that field develops, or anything like that.
I am going to pick a robotics one, and I'm actually going to pick. It was quite a controversial session. So, European Robotics Forum last year was in Rimini, which is beautiful, well worth going to. But it was a great conference, and then the keynotes were really, really interesting. So there was one from some of the companies who work in the area. There was one from David Scaramuzza looking at drones that have human-like behaviours and can basically beat human pilots in drone racing, which is fantastic. But I'm actually going to pick the third one, which was quite controversial, which was looking at not just autonomous cars, but the future of car ownership and autonomous driving within the city landscape. Actually, if you have a fully autonomous car fleet of taxis that you can call on an app and that can come and pick you up, you don't need a car anymore.
Mm.
Or you can certainly, the necessity to have a car completely goes. So you effectively have fully autonomous personal transport.
Mm.
Now, in a cityscape, that completely changes the cityscape because you don't need the set of roads that you need. You can actually effectively re-greenscape a lot of your internal cityscape because actually you just don't need some of the road infrastructure. You can change how we use space. You can make it much more people friendly. You can make it much more of a community hub because it doesn't have to be a road with loads of cars thundering down it because you don't need as much parking. You don't need as much facilities at the side of the road. You don't need as much resource to be able to manage a smaller fleet of autonomous vehicles if you can persuade people to move towards that type of model. I speak of this as a petrol head, as someone who likes cars and kind of I totally appreciate the kind of that there is a disjoint there, but as a dream and as a model, I think it changes the way people live in such a fundamental way that it would actually change our cities massively, and it would change our experience of cities massively, as well as pollution and everything else.